this is what happens when you use a yarn that the pattern does not recommend. Even though it is a worsted weight, which is a number 4, and it was roughly the same gauge, which I did not do. It's supposed to be done. It helps you when you're working with patterns, but since I didn't do a gauge, it actually came out wider than what it was supposed to be. This is a, I think, newborn size. No, it isn't. It's a 3 to 6 month, I think. And I did the right amount of stitches and the right amount of inches this way, and I made the sleeves the same size as it says, but it is extremely wide. It's 24 inches in circumference. Well, a little baby is definitely not 24 inches in circumference. See, the one I did, unfortunately, I don't remember. I made this thing more than a week ago, but I think it was a size 1. I really do. I think I did a size 1, and it does say a 24-inch chest when finished. And when you measure this way, it is a 24-inch chest, but it should be longer, I would think. For a 1-year-old, it shows 7 inches, or possibly the sleeve should be longer, which is 8 inches. So what I was going to get at with this particular problem is, say this was supposed to be a 6-month size, and it should only be about that wide for the length, and you accidentally did one too wide. Well, what I do is I go ahead and finish making it, because I do sell these at my shop. Since I own a shop here in Denellen, I make a lot of baby jackets, and every single one will fit a baby at one point or another, so I never really worry if it's extra wide or extra short. As you can see just a second ago, you can see about 30 or 40 different baby jackets, everything from newborn on up to 4 years. So if I do make one that winds up wider than it should be, I can always make it longer and then make the sleeves longer. So what I've done is I worked on a little chart. It's not quite done yet, but I was trying to figure out sizes. So say if this was for a 6-month, the chest should only be 18 inches. However, my chest came out 24 inches, which this chart says should be for a 3-year-old, because this definitely looks too wide for a 1-year-old. Anyway, I've still got a little bit of work to do on it, but it's really been handy. So say you actually made this sweater and it came out too wide. Well, now we know, according to this chart, it should fit a 3-year-old, which means I need to know what the proper length is. So for a 3-year-old, let's see, oh, I don't even have it on here. The finished length is not even on here. I should have it, so that's something I need to do. Oh, here it is. Body should be 8 inches long. Well, when I measure this, it does say 7 inches. So see, it should be at least another inch longer. So if I went ahead and found out what size it was after I did the front, I would get out my chart and see, well, that should be 24 inches. I need to make it at least 8 inches long. I could add another inch to this part before I did the section that would be classified for the sleeves, which has this particular design. I'm just using this one as an example. And then I have to do the sleeves. So I have a little thing here. If it's a drop sleeve, which this is, I would go to the D sleeve, which, as you can see, I don't have that filled out yet. But I go to a 3-year-old drop stitch sleeve and see how long the sleeve should be. I'm sure it should be longer than 7.5 inches. It's probably closer to 9 or 10 inches. I'm still working on getting all my dimensions, but this is a great chart if you wanted to start one, because you could take an outfit or a sweater that belongs to your child or the size you're going to do, stop at the store like Walmart or Target or Sears or someplace, and pull one of their sweaters off the rack in the size you're looking for. Get out your handy dandy tape measure, always carry one, and then you can take all the dimension sizes and start. Mine is on an Excel spreadsheet, so as I get new sizes or measurements, I put them on my chart. So this chart, when it's done, is going to be completely full of everything I need, like whether it's a cap sleeve, how long the underarm should be, whether it's a drop sleeve, how long the whole arm should be, whether it's raglan, which would be R, because a raglan sleeve is a lot of times a lot different lengthwise. And if it's, and then also here, finished chest size and actual chest size. That's what the A, F, RC stand for, it's my little legend down here. And also I have other things on here like approximate yardage for a baby. If you made a baby jacket, it takes roughly 310 yards of sport, 325 of worsted. If you're doing one for an 8-year-old, you need at least 770 yards of sport yarn and 750 of worsted weight. But this is a great little chart to make up for yourself, so whenever you're working on a project, you'll know what your sweater's going to come to be like. So say the sweater's going to be bigger than what you planned, that's okay. You can go ahead and finish it and use it next year. If it's bigger and you need it for this year, you can always unravel it and redo it. But I just wanted to give you an idea what happens when your sweater comes out bigger than what you planned it for, and you know how to go ahead and complete it and make it the correct size for, say, the 3-year-old, instead of this is supposed to be a 1 year and it should fit here, and you got to kind of crunch it up on the kid in order to make it fit. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of info. Might help you along a little bit. If you have any other comments or you think I've left something out, please make a notation in the comments below. I love reading the comments. And if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel, hit notifications so you'll see the next one when it comes out. I'm working on the next set of baby sweaters. I've still got 1.5 sweaters to knit before I can show the selection in the next video. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. There's a couple other solutions that you could possibly do. Like I originally said, find out the width and what size you're actually making and finish it in the proper sizes for, say, like the size 3 instead of the size 1. Or you can rip it out and use, say, a needle 1 size smaller, and that would make all your stitches a little more condensed, and that might make it the size you need. Or you can use the same size needle and go down 1 size in the pattern. That possibly would work too. Or a combination of both, a smaller needle and the next size down, if the pattern has a next size down. If it doesn't, then 1 size down a needle would be your best option. Or the old-fashioned, what we should have done in the beginning, which was to knit a gauge swatch to see what our stitch count is. It's supposed to be 5 stitches to the inch, and I think like 20 rolls to the 4-inch mark. Those are the other options you can do when making a sweater that comes out the wrong size. I hope some of this information is helpful. I know it's helped a lot of people that have stopped into my store over the past 20 years. Thank you for watching.